Hey everybody, yes, I hope you're doing well today. And I'm back with another movie review. And let me tell you something now. I may have found one of the most creepiest and eeriest movies I have ever seen in my life. That is not an exaggeration. And this movie's scary. Scary in the sense of the realization of how, you know, this movie is portraying the world. And this is, I can't stress this enough. This movie is a must watch. I watch a lot of scary and, you know, horrifying horror movies of my time. Well, Saw is not scary, but, you know, I've seen great horror movies in my time like Saw, Paranormal Activity, Insidious, Fear Footage, Dashcam. But let me tell you, there's something really special about this whole movie. And when I saw a trailer of this, it's up right up my street. I love technology. And not just because, well, because I'm a social media buff too. That's one of the reasons. And this movie is exactly how the world is going now. And there's nothing most of you probably have heard this movie, seen on the trailer on TV. When I saw this, like, this is up my street. This has everything that a whole movie needs. And when I say everything, it has a few jumpy moments, but not intended as a jump scare. One or two jump scary moments, but that's besides the point. Most of you have probably seen this movie, but I don't know if a lot of you have heard of it. This movie is called AMI, and I think it stands for Artificial Mobile Intelligence, I'm pretty sure. I mean, if AI stands for Artificial Intelligence, then this stands for Artificial Mobile Intelligence, but whatever. Now, you probably gather what this movie is about. It's about this girl called Cassie, I think her name is, and she's dependent on this AI type thing. It's kind of like Siri, basically. And she really develops a bond with this wherever Siri, and the Siri starts communicating with like how a real person would. It was really creepy, and this something about this movie gave me a bit of goosebumps. Like, I've seen a lot of scary movies, but this one is something special about it. And she starts like develop a connection. She starts like wanting to customize a voice on it, and this voice sounds like her mom, and she treats her phone like it's actually her mom talking to her. It's really creepy and eerie. Oh, even the ending too. The ending is sort of like it makes her a bit crazy, and it's not the type of ending that you would expect. Now, I say not what I expected in any ending of any horror movie. This is a really peculiar and creepy ending, and yeah, she's on medications. They portray these people out in horror movies all the time to be on medication, and they get blamed for it and whatnot. There's something really creepy, and this AI type of or whatever Siri. I'm just calling it Siri, even though it's not called Siri necessarily, but that's what I'm calling it. Siri starts telling her to actually take care of these people, and by murdering, killing them and whatnot. And it's quite sadistic of her, and it's making me think that is how people are actually going about technology. They're treating Siri like it's a person. Well, not. It's not necessarily that we listen, but it's the world we're headed in now, where people are actually treating phones like it's people. It's creepy because technically the technology did take over her, and that's the realization of the world. The technology is taking over, but I think it's taking over in a good way. But people should be dependent on it. I mean, people use it. People should use technology like for important things. And this is why this movie is so special, because she sort of become dependent on the technology, and this it actually took a control over her. Even though she could have said no to it, she listened to the phone because the people that she was friends with were not necessarily good people. So in a sense, you could say it was a bit of justice towards the end of what you would hear, but the phone did tell her to do some sadistic things. It was really like it's sort of like what the world is now. Like, people have actually taken over. With the people have actually been mind controlled by the phones and whatnot. But I use my phone for important reasons, obviously. But yeah, obviously Siri doesn't do that. But there have been cases of Siri actually scaring people and talking about the CIA and the devil and whatnot. So there's a bit of truth in this movie, but they're portrayed in a different manner. They exaggerate it a little bit. But the ending, oh boy, the ending you would never expect. And this is a must watch. I can't stress this enough. I did talk about the other horror movies being a must watch. This here is a must watch. Even the lowest rating I would give it, I wasn't even give it the lowest. I mean, the lower rating is a high enough rating. If I had to give this movie a rating, I'm sorry, it's a 10 out of 10. Good storyline, good dialogue, even a really interesting concept of the enemy right there. You would expect horror movies to have like, yeah, they have a killer, but that's quite common. They have like, you would expect horror movie to have like cannibals or, you know, demons, just people like that, you know, scenarios like that, any horror movie. Here you got like a mobile phone that's telling someone to do things to people. It's quite a really clever concept. I think there might be movies like this out there, but this one's certainly special. And it's taken the form of her dead mom. That is really a brutal concept. That's quite creepy, to say the least. And that's really clever to put in a concept like that. Not many people would do that. Movies like that would be like a mobile phone just telling someone to kill people. Just like that, click of a finger. But it was a really clever storyline to it. The ending would really be like, what the hell, really? How did she manage that? So I'm not going to give the ending away. But if you do watch my videos, just be aware that I might give some spoilers by accident. Because when there's a spoiler, I might not think it's a spoiler, but it is. You know what I'm talking about when you watch a movie. But yeah, I just thought the ending was just going to be of her, you know. I'm just going to give too much away because I might narrow it down a little bit. But yeah, it really baffles. It really like, it's incredible, that movie, because people are dependent on Siri. It's like having voice activated Alexa in the room. People depend on Alexa to tell them to call something. They could just, some of the person just do it themselves. So there are disadvantages of technology, of course there is. I've said this to people so many times. But technology, the reason why it's invented is to help people and make it useful to them. Because for God's sake, there's people that drive and they'll be like, well, I don't know the directions. They get a TomTom. And yet some of those people say, well, technology, people are always on their mobile phones. Then why do you use a TomTom then to get around? Or like a GPS in the car? Because they're going to far journeys there. But shouldn't you use other means for that? So there is pros and cons of technology. This is where a subject like technology will come into it. It's a really, one of probably the best movies ever made. And that was from 2018. I did see advertised on TV, but this is a must watch. I know I've said it, but the other horror movies, they can wait. This movie is really clever. This is a 10 out of 10 movie. The lowest rating you could give it. And I mean, if you give it any lower than this, you're just delusional of what you watched. Because you just probably watched a different movie. This movie, the lowest that you can give it is an 8. That is how good this movie is. And that's how clever it is. And creepy. In terms of like, creep factor and everything. It's like, it's a clever movie. So I give it a 10 out of 10 all day long. And I knew it was my sort of movie as soon as I got into it. And even at the start too, was like, it got me hooked. Not a lot, like a lot of horror movies have got me hooked, but this is a different type of movie. It's quite unique in that sense. So go and then give it a watch. I was watching a site called Six Movies. I think I mentioned in my other videos. One of my other videos anyway. I haven't mentioned it. I do mention it quite rarely. But yeah, I just knew this movie was going to be interesting as soon as I put it on. Because I was looking for it, I was like, this movie is a must watch. And it's a Canadian movie too. So it's North American, which is my favourite type of horror, by the way. North Americans make some great horror, I think, because they got everything up there. They got like good green screen, good graphics and everything. So if you do like this video, please give a like, comment below, share with everybody you know, subscribe and hit the bell notification below, and I shall see you in the next video.